welcome back to the Rice and Slice Golf Show podcast. This is episode 2. My name's Theo, and that is Chenji.
Hey guys, I'm Chenji.
We are fresh from the 150th Open.
It's the elephant in the room. It's the elephant in the room, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just we've had like 3-4 days to process our experience at the Open.
I'm still depressed. I'm not sure about you though.
We came back on Tuesday evening. On Wednesday, I went to work. I was not in a good mood. I was in a terrible mood all day. I was watching the golf while I was at work. Mate, you should have seen me. I was not happy. It was just not a good day for me. Thursday was a little bit better. Today's a little bit better, but I think it's because we're playing golf tomorrow. So I'm happy again. But yeah, what an experience.
What's an experience? Seriously, like the moment, it was a long drive. We woke up quite early on Sunday.
Yep.
We drove, had 2 pit stops, and had a full English breakfast, which we somehow found.
Yeah.
On a rest stop. We just
all 4 of us just wanted a full English breakfast.
I mean, nobody wants a Burger King at like 9 a.m.
Yeah, it was 9 a.m. We're like, let's get a full English breakfast in. We went there, straight thing. The first thing we did was we went straight to St Andrews. We weren't staying in St Andrews. We were staying in like an hour away from St Andrews because that was like the best solution, the cheapest, because the prices were just stupid anywhere near St Andrews. So we were like,
it wasn't just the prices. There were literally no options.
Yeah, we booked this a year
I
ago.
looked at it.
We booked this like a year ago, and we were struggling to find like hotels and bed and breakfast.
Like a year ago, there was basically nothing in St Andrews.
Yeah,
that's
mad.
Why we chose this place.
And whatever was left, it was stupidly priced.
I mean, we could have had the old course hotel, but I was just basically set back the average annual salary of a UK household.
It was mad. Yeah, so. We went straight to St Andrews. We didn't even. We checked into the hotel because we had the golf clubs and everything. So we had to drop everything off. We didn't want to leave our stuff in the car while we were at St Andrews. Quick stop at the hotel. Dropped everything off. Drove 50 more minutes to St Andrews. We managed to find the best parking spot.
Oh man, that's a story.
The best parking spot.
That's a story.
It was literally 35 seconds from St Andrews.
Well, no, it's in St Andrews. It's 35 seconds away from the old course.
Yeah, it was like 35 seconds from the golf course. How Chenji found this parking spot, and it was all legal. The first day, it was all fine. The second day, not so legal, but we'll get to that. So we park up, we get out. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. If you've been to St Andrews, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, it's difficult for you to understand. The second we got out the car, there was just this atmosphere, that air of just golf all around. It sounds stupid. I can't explain it unless you've been. We got out the car. We were smiling from ear to ear.
I was giggling.
Chenji, when we were driving back, he said to me, my cheeks hurt. It's like, my jaw hurts. And then I'm like, why, mate? He goes, I don't know. It's like, this is on the way back from like after 3 days. And I was like, we came to the conclusion that it's because for the past 3 days, we've been smiling and just giggling so much like little children.
Absolutely.
His jaw was hurting him.
Yeah.
And it was just, it makes so much sense. We get out, the first thing you hear are bagpipes.
Oh, man.
Walking towards St Andrews Golf Course.
Old course.
And then we walk past is it Dunvegan pub on the corner?
Yeah, Dunvegan pub.
And then we walk down, and on the left-hand side, it's
all the shops.
In all its glory, you see the 18th green, the bagpipes play in the background.
Yeah.
Victor Hovland was walking from the fairway on the 18th towards the green. You could see the 150th, what's it called? The grandstands. Mate, it was just the most incredible experience.
Oh, we took a video of that as well. I mean, that's going to be in the YouTube channel,
life.
And you got to check it out. It's just that environment, that atmosphere.
Honestly, there was like fences up. So whoever hasn't been to the old course, it's a bit of a weird one because normally when we go to golf courses, you drive up, and then you have to like walk to the first tee, or the 18th green, you're nowhere near it, and all that kind of stuff. But on the old course, it's road, like a single, like a one way road, and then on the pavement, it's the 18th fairway. Like, there's no other way to explain it. It's literally road and then golf course. So the way they did it was they closed down the road. There was no cars. They had fences up. So if you had tickets, then you could go on the other side of the fence basically and walk around. Not on the fairways, not on the greens. Well, you're not supposed to, but we kind of did.
Well, we'll get to that later.
And then we did that. But if you didn't have tickets, then you could be on the other side of the fence. But even if you were on the other side of the fence, you could still watch golf, which I was like, wow. Because last year at the 149th Open, you couldn't get anywhere near the golf course if you didn't have a ticket. But this is just the way the course is laid out, because it's just right in the middle of the town. Even if you didn't have a ticket, you could still see the grandstands. You could still see, I don't know, you could just about see the 18th tee. But you could definitely see Tiger Woods, everybody walking down on the 18th fairway. You could see them putt on the 18th green. You could see them tee off on the first. But you're right there. You're literally right there. It was incredible. So that was on the Sunday. We went and had a few drinks. Chenji, I don't know how you do it. Every time you amaze me, and every time, I don't know why I'm still surprised. He finds the best restaurants, the best pubs, the best bars, the best of everything. He found this. I wanted to go to the Jigger Inn. The Jigger Inn, if you don't know, is like the most famous pub in golf. It's a pub that's just golf related, and I didn't know where it was. I just put it on Google Maps, Jigger Inn, and then we start walking. We're like, let's go for a drink. It's hot. It was like 28 degrees. Let's go to the Jigger Inn. So I put it on Google Maps. We're walking to the Jigger Inn. As we're walking, we meet like security, and he goes, well, you can't go past. I'm like, yeah, but I'm trying to get to the Jigger Inn. He goes, yeah, the Jigger Inn is part of like the old course, and you can't get to it without tickets. And I'm like, it's a pub, mate. Like, just let me go. It's like a normal road. He goes, no, I can't let you go past. Anyway, so we go to this other place. And then Chenji was like, oh, let's go here, have a drink here. And I'm looking at this place, and I'm like, what's the place called?
It's the Rusaks. It's famous.
Right. So I'm like, I've never heard of this place. It just looked posh. It looked like we were wearing shorts and t-shirts. We're like, we do not belong here, Chenji.
And I had a glove hanging, dangling.
Yeah, and he
on
had like
my back pocket,
like a normal golf club hanging out his pocket, back pocket, just in case if you got the call up.
That's it, exactly.
So
Alternate,
he was ready
mate.
to go. And I was like, Chenji, we do not belong here. Like, it was one of those places where you walk in and there's classical music playing. And there's like
people inside were all like all dressed up as well.
And everybody was just wearing suits, and I'm like, Chenji, man, we don't belong here. Like, let's go to like a normal pub where there's drunk people. Like, we belong there. We do not belong here. Anyway, so he's like, no, just follow me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So we're walking through this pub, this Rusaks, you said?
Yeah, Rusaks.
I should probably know what this place is called.
Mate, it's famous.
It's it turns out to be very famous. So then he goes, follow me to the basement. I'm like, what are you talking about, Chenji? Turns out there's a pub underneath this Rusaks, and it's in the basement of the massive, beautiful, posh hotel. And it's like this underground pub. It was the best looking pub I've ever seen in my life. Everything was just golf themed. It was quite big. It was a lot bigger than what I thought it would be, considering like the narrow stairs that we took. And it was just plaques, golf. The first ever driver was like framed on there.
The original St Andrews driver.
The original St Andrews driver.
Hickory.
Yeah, the
perfect
Hickory.
Condition.
Oh my god, it was. They had beers. They had snacks. We had haggis fritters. Oh no, haggis croquettes.
Haggis
croquettes.
My god, they were so good, man. They were so good.
The drinks were incredible, and then.
And guess what you always order when you go to a golf pub? A shandy.
A shandy, yeah. We had a couple of shandies. Golf playing in the background because it was the what do you call it?
It was the Scottish Open, yeah.
So there was
final
like
day.
TVs everywhere. It was Chesterfield couches. It was just the best looking pub, nice and dark. Anyway, so then we're looking around. Obviously, we're underground. We're looking around, and then we notice like this, like a fire exit, and I'm like, I need to go through this fire exit. Something's happening. So I go and I push a fire exit. The alarm doesn't go off. You were supposed to go out. It's not a problem. It was like a smoking area, but with the smoking area, because it was like an underground, but I didn't really know where I was. You go through this fire exit, and then all you see is the grandstands of the 150th Open. you see the first tee, you see the 18th green, you see the fairway, and you're right there, man. And it was the best find, Chenji, that you could possibly find. And I was like, this is the best place ever. So we went there. That was just day one. Bloody up. What? Oh, I went and bought a hickory club. I was like, the first thing I want to do is go and buy a hickory club. So we found a Octalonis, I want to say the place is called.
Octalonis, yeah.
And this is like the fifth shop. We went to 6-7 shops to try.
One of the original golf families in St Andrews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find any hickory clubs. We're going from shop to shop. We finally find like the last it's probably like the last little shop in St Andrews. We walk in and we're like, hey, we want a hickory club. I was like, okay. So he shows us to the hickory clubs. The prices were okay. The one I bought was 150, but he let it go for 100. It's a wood. My cousin bought a putter because he wanted a wood because it's just for the look of it. But there wasn't any other wood that was anywhere near that price. They were all way more expensive.
Oh, there were some that were going for like thousands and thousands of
thousands
pounds.
And thousands. They were locked away in like in a safe. But he told us that he had woods like from 200-300 years old that went for like 5-6 grand, £10,000 for one wood, for one hickory club.
Wow. And
I was like, that's incredible. So we got lucky. Well, I got lucky that I got £100. It's 127 years old, handmade by the player. It just looks great. My cousin bought a hickory putter. It was just all in all the best day one you could have.
Well, Rick Shields been to that place and he bought a full bag of hickory.
Is that where he went?
That's where he went.
Oh, there you go then. Yeah,
that's where he went.
Yeah, so he bought everything. He bought all the cheap stuff.
He bought everything. He bought all the he bought all the cheap stuff. So
yeah.
That, you know. So
I mean, the wood after mine, price wise, it was like £350. You could buy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You could buy like a brand new driver for that price.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, a Cobra driver costs that much.
Yeah, it was crazy. So that was that, and then what did we do after? We were walking around. We went to sit. Oh my god! Listen, we're going back and forward a lot, right? So just don't mind us. We're still excited. We went into the St Andrews shop. So the St Andrews shop is like literally a little shop just before, just by
in
the
front of the 18th green. Yeah.
It's like a pro shop. All these little shops, all these shops on the little road, just looks tiny until you walk in, and then they're massive. So there's a St Andrews pro shop, shall we say?
Yeah.
And it's just huge. So obviously we go in. We spent about an hour and a half in there. I spent my 3-day budget that I had for food, for golf, for drinks, for everything. I spent my budget in that little shop in an hour.
Yeah. First 10 minutes you walk into St Andrews, you spend 3 days worth of budget in that little shop.
I wanted everything, and there was stuff that I actually wanted that I didn't actually get. So imagine.
Man, there was this leather bag I really wanted. It was this leather carry bag. You know, it's just absolutely amazing. It says St Andrews Old Course on there, and I thought, I'm gonna spend some. I'll happily part ways with £500, £600. Yeah, no problem. Price of a staff bag. I trying to find the label. It was very, very difficult to find. It was tucked away somewhere in the inside
I think
one
there was
of the
a reason
bags.
why it was tucked away.
And I flip it over and I look at the price, £1,200. And bear in mind, it's not like a big bag. It's like a small, single strap.
It's a pencil bag.
Carry bag. It's like a pencil bag.
It was a
exactly. It was a pencil bag, and it made out of leather. Obviously,
it
looked incredible.
We didn't buy it. Did you buy it? You didn't buy it, did you? You didn't buy it.
I didn't buy it.
No, I was gonna say because I was like,
I was so tempted.
It was a beautiful bag. It was the hat that Chenji's wearing. Old Course. That's the famous hat that Justin Thomas was wearing.
Yeah, first day, Sunday practice day. He was playing a practice round with Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
and obviously, we saw.
Oh, and then we went to pay. And the guy that was serving us said, "Oh yes, Justin Thomas was in here yesterday. I served him. He bought that hat."
Yeah,
and
he
I was
bought
like,
a bunch of those hats.
That's why we wanted the hat. Keep in mind, the hat is incredible. It's a very good
amazing.
What do you call it? Very good, very well made. And I'm surprised that Justin Thomas...
Made in China, very well made though.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the best things come from China. Chenji.
Rice.
Rice. Yeah, and I was surprised that Justin Thomas actually walked into the shop and paid for this hat. And I was like, just go get it out of the shelf, put it on and walk out, mate. You got some timers.
and obviously, like, so we were looking around and we saw this hat. We took this hat. I was chatting with the people, like, in the shop, and just saw, did you see, like, Justin Thomas? There was it was on social media, him, a picture of him and Tiger, just having a practice round, having a laugh, and then he was wearing this hat. And she said, I saw that. Literally, today we had to restock this particular hat 4 times.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I got that hat again. I've got a different hat, which is like the same kind of like model, and it just says, the home of golf.
The home of golf, incredible.
It's just, I like.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's literally sold out right now.
No, honestly,
a few days later. Seriously.
Yeah. It's they're very cool hats. I'm glad they're very modern. Like normally when you go to like pro shops, everything's like old school,
just classic cab, with
But these hats are very modern. They're very, very cool. I'm very happy we both got a pair.
No cap.
What else did we spend money on? Oh my god, man! I bought towels upon towels.
Oh, you bought towels. I
bought golf balls. I bought souvenirs. I bought a flag.
Obviously.
So I bought a St Andrews Old Course flag. Everybody else in the group wanted to get the 18th, the normal yellow open flag that says 18th on it, and it's 150th. But they wanted that so that they can get some signatures. And I'm like, we can't get that flag unless we go inside the golf course and we go to the proper open shop, right?
Which we did the next day. Yeah.
Which we did the next day. But then I'm like, by the time we go in tomorrow, by the time we go to the shop, get the flag, then go back to the whatever the players are, get signatures. I'm just gonna play it safe. I'm gonna get the St Andrews old course flag, and then if I see anybody along my travels, I will get them to sign it. Okay, cool. By the way, this flag I got, it was really good quality. Like
amazing quality.
Yeah, it was like a proper, I don't know, like
cotton.
Cotton. Yeah, the one you
thick
got, the open one is just
flimsy
thin,
plastic.
Flimsy, not very nice. But anyway, so I was like, I had it folded up in my back pocket with my Sharpie in my pocket just in case.
Obviously, you never know. St Andrews.
The first day we didn't see any players. No problem.
We did.
On the first day.
Signed my hat as well.
Oh my god! Oh shit! I completely forgot. Oh my god. Okay,
that's a story as well.
So we. Oh my god, mate! I completely forgot about this.
Dude, you were just giggling as a kid all this time.
I was giggling. I was happy. So, like I said, how much was that, Chenji? What you're holding up now?
Oh, well, as you can see,
that was very underpriced. So
50th, the Open,
so
St Andrews.
For whoever's not watching and then they're listening, Chenji has like a water bottle that we got, which I have the same one, admittedly. He has a water bottle.
You didn't get this?
I got that. Yeah. No, I went to get the cheaper one, but then I was like, no, I want this one for some reason. It's a water bottle that says the Open MasterCard. You've probably seen Rick Shields advertise it last year. It's really cool. It's a pretty cool one. It's £40. £40 for like a water bottle.
A water bottle, seriously.
But dumb people like me and Chenji obviously when I bought it.
How many bottles of water can you buy in Costco for £40?
Like, honestly, like 6 months worth. Honestly, probably 6 months worth. 3 months worth?
Worth it.
Do it again next year.
I'm drinking more water.
So we're walking around St Andrews. We're not allowed to go into the course because obviously we don't have tickets for the Sunday. We have tickets for the Monday. It's about 6:30.
And tickets are all sold out as well. Yeah, so you can't just show up and
we actually went and asked, like, can we get in? Like, no, everything's sold out. Anyway, so it's about 6:30. We're like walking around. We're not really sure what to do with ourselves because we want to leave, but we don't want to leave. We had reservations for a restaurant near our hotel like 8, and at this point I'm like, forget the restaurant. I don't care if I don't eat. I want to take as much of this as possible. Just give it to me. I want to take the whole experience, right? So then I'm walking around and I noticed there's like a gap.
Well, no, it's an exit. It's an exit for the spectators on the 18th green. It's for people who are just wanting to be get out of the the course, get a quick bite or something, and obviously they can get back with the wristband. And there is security. There's usually 2 in there, just to say okay, people out, but no one in. And at this point, I think it was about maybe 8 o'clock.
Was it that? It wasn't that late.
It was quite late.
Was it?
It was quite late. Yeah, it was.
Oh no! I didn't know. I didn't realize it was
that was
late.
after we had a drink at the pub as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're just walking around. You know, all the most of the shops were already closed as well, and you know, obviously, you know, people are starting to finish their practice.
Yeah.
People are leaving. You know, people are just now in the pubs or having dinner, and the security guys just went off, and anyone.
There were just nobody on the exit gate.
Yeah, we saw some people just kind of go in, and we just said, yeah, you know, screw it.
We were literally
let's go in.
walking to the car to leave.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I saw a gap. There was like, there's no security here. I saw a couple of people walk in. I'm like, I'm going. I don't care.
Yeah, he just went, and then
so I go first. Please, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. Open RNA. Don't ban me. Because it only gets worse from here. Please don't ban me. I'm a massive fan. You see the smiles on our faces. I understand we might have made a few bad judgments over the next couple of days. It's only because we're massive fans. Right?
No, but also...
This is the smallest thing we've done. Well, I've done. Everybody else, they didn't do much.
You know, I think, you know, this is going to come up, you know, later on in the podcast as well. We're going to talk about, right, you know, why the Open is so beautiful and why St Andrews Old Course is so particularly beautiful, because it's called the Open.
Yeah.
Anybody can play.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most of you, you know, golfers know, you know, most of golfers out there know that it's a public course, but a lot of people don't know it. They think it's like this private, you know, country club, you know, super exclusive.
Yeah.
You have to be a member to play. No, public course belongs to the city of, you know, belongs to the St Andrews Links Trust, right? Belongs to the council. Yeah. So anybody who pays can play.
Every Sunday, there's no golf. You're allowed to walk on there with the dogs, have a picnic. It's such a magical place, man. So, honestly, it's such a magical place.
And that's why I think, you know, the security, you know, obviously it's going to be more tighter during tournament days because a lot more people are coming.
Oh, yes.
But they were just told, you know, if people want to actually, you know, have a piece of the action, right, and it's not disturbing anybody, it's not causing a scene.
Like Chenji said, it was 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
There was nobody around anyway. So I'm walking, thinking there's like, I just want to walk in and just find my bearings for Monday. So I walk in and I'm like, guys, follow me. And they were like, no, we don't want to go like to the actual course.
It's a bit, I mean, I was thinking it's a bit dodgy, mate.
It's a bit, yeah. So I'm like, no,
but
I'm taking
next thing,
literally,
advantage. As I said, it's a bit dodgy, mate. Theo whips past and he's already like 100 yards in.
So the way it works is to go across from like hole to hole. There's like a little path.
There's a different crossings.
Yeah, there's like a crossing. So you can't just walk anywhere you want on the golf course. You have to. There's like a specific place where you're allowed to cross over. So I'm walking down the path from the 18th green towards the 18th tee, and I noticed that there's like the path. There's no security. There's no nothing. So I just cross the path. And then I'm literally walking across the 18th fairway, going towards the first fairway, and then going across to where all the food was and all the toilets. And I'm like, this is incredible. And I actually needed to go to the toilet. So I'm like, perfect. So I find the toilet and I'm walking across and there's nobody. There's literally nobody. There's no security. There's no players. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any players like playing on the 8th or 9th hole, but anywhere near us, there's nobody there. Plus, even if I did see a player, I'm not going to run up to him and like tackle him and be like, oh my god, I'm such a fan. Like, you know, respect.
Tiger Woods, he would do it. He would.
I probably would have.
Yeah, he would have.
But yeah, there was nobody around. So anyway, I go to the toilet and I'm just walking around like I'm walking around like I own the place. And then I see security all around. Nobody's asking me. I'm walking past security. I'm like, oh, you're right. How's it going? Yeah. Nobody's asking me for like credentials. No, nothing. Not where's your ticket? Why should they? You know,
because you're already inside.
Yeah, I'm already inside. They probably think I've got a ticket for Sunday. Anyway, so I'm walking back and I'm trying to scope out the place for where we should be on Monday. And as I'm walking, who do I run into? Completely by himself. Now. I'm a big fan of his. He's not the biggest of names yet.
Oh, he will be. He will be.
Oh, but he will be. And I'm like, oh my god, that's him. And keep in mind when you watch golf on TV, there's a name. Whenever you're watching Jordan Spieth play, for example, on TV, Jordan Spieth's name is on the screen. I know you might realize, oh yeah, but obviously it's Jordan Spieth. But when you actually see them in real life, you could easily mistake Jordan Spieth for Justin Thomas. You know what I mean? Like, unless they're big names like Tiger Woods or, I don't know, Dustin Johnson, standout players, it's easy to make a mistake. But this guy, I saw him and I was like, it's him. Like, I have to go and say hi. So it was, I don't know if I had to pronounce his first name. Is it Sahith? Sahith
Thigala.
And I'm like, that's him, Allah Thigala. Because I was watching him, he came second, right?
Oh man, that bunker shot, horrible.
I can't remember what tournament, but he's such a cool guy. I already followed him on Instagram, and
what's his first trip to the Open?
Well, so I walk up to him. He's literally crossing the 18th fairway as I am, and he's in awe, and he has the same feeling that I have.
Of course.
And he's playing the course.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh hi, and I'm like, how you doing? And he comes over by himself and shakes my hand like he knows me. And I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to shake your hand. He goes, oh, don't worry about it. And I'm like, how you doing? And we're talking. And he goes, and I says, are you excited? And he goes, you have no idea how excited I am. And I'm just like, he sounded like such a fan.
Such a cool dude, yeah.
It was so nice. Keep in mind, at this point, I'm talking to the guy. All I'm thinking is, where's everybody else? Where's Chenji? Where's Steyo? Where's my uncle Aggie? Where is everybody to see this? Meanwhile, they're having an interaction with none other than
Taylor Gooch.
So I'm like, what's going on? So I FaceTime Chenji. I'm like, dude, you have to come over. Thigala's here. I just spoke to him. He was the first signature I got on my flag. We talked for like 3-4 minutes, which is quite a while considering.
That was brilliant. I just remember, come on, all these golfers, right? They're just like the people like us, and they just love the 100%. Game of golf. The only difference is they're actually good at it.
Yes. No, I agree. I agree with you completely. But what got me was, obviously they're used to playing incredible courses. They're used to traveling. They're used to seeing incredible things. Thigala was on. Like, he was just staring around. He's played the course. He was practicing. He just finished his practice. He was like, the course is so nice. The course plays beautifully. And actually, as we speak, I think he's like 13th or 12th.
Yeah. He's like, I think 5 under, 6 under.
Yeah. And he's smashing it. And I wish him all the best. I hope he wins. I don't think he's going to win. I hope he comes top 10. He's only going to get better. I'm such a big fan. I would love to meet him again. I just love the guy. He was so lovely to me. He didn't have to be that nice. Lovely. I didn't ask for a picture. I should have. But it was like the first interaction that I had with a golfer.
Well, I think we didn't even expect this to happen.
No,
Same, over on the other side. So he was on the side of the the first.
Yeah.
The first fairway, and then we were on the opposite side on the 18th fairway, 18th green.
Yeah.
And over there, right, and what's happened with our end is we were just there watching, right, just soaking it all in. Wasn't even watching the players or anything, just watching the green, the slopes, the grandstands,
it's incredible.
The 150, everything about it. And then all of a sudden we see a player come in, hit a drive, drove the green, and we said, like, obviously couldn't really see
everybody
from afar.
Was driving the green, by the way.
Everybody was. I mean, that day was it was a great left to right wind, perfect cut, and you hit the green, and then somebody, from I think a guy next to the player, started walking towards us, and waving to a guy that was literally standing next to us, to the left of us, and then actually, just said, I'll tell you what, the player might come here because obviously, either his entourage knows this guy who was literally standing next to us. So a few minutes later, I think it's actually the coach who came in, and they started saying hi. And then we're just asking, who's the player? And it's like, oh, it's Taylor Gooch. I mean, he was still quite far away, we couldn't see it. I was like, oh, cool, Taylor Gooch, that's amazing. I mean, he just had a nice paycheck from the Live tour, with the Aces. We came in number 1 in the team in the team competition, and he was like, yeah. And I was just asking, like, the coach, well, must be happy he joined Live. And then the coach was like, we all are.
Which obviously, nice little paycheck for everybody. I mean,
paycheck for everybody.
Everybody gets paid.
I was kind of like, and I was thinking, I'm like, I was already a bit indifferent towards Live. I'm not like a hater. I don't particularly like it. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, right, I tell you what, it's not just good for the player, it's good for everyone that surrounds them.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a whole team behind them.
It's a whole team behind them. Just remember, these are professionals.
Yeah.
Right. It's the same as footballers. You see, Cristiano Ronaldo, but it's his team behind him. You see Tom Brady, how important was Tom Brady? Is still Tom Brady's like, physio team, his health team, TB12 team behind him.
Everything.
Every single professional player, including all the professional golfers, they have a team behind them. And if they miss the cut, right, they might not get paid.
It's not only that, is if you think about it, a caddy gets, let's say, 10% of whatever the player earns, right?
Yeah.
The player might earn 100 grand.
Mm-hmm.
The caddy will earn 10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
But if that player doesn't make the cut and doesn't get paid that week on the PGA Tour, the caddy, yes, he'll get paid, obviously, because it's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But he's getting the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So, everybody eats, man. Like,
everybody eats, and everywhere's got families.
In my opinion, with the lift thing, it's there's too much money involved. Like, you just kind of lose sense of money. But again, everybody's eating. It's not just the player. It's the caddies. It's their families. It's the parents. It's everybody. It's physios.
So for me,
it's coaches. It's everything. It's everything.
So for me, I think the point is, after that, just quick interaction, I suppose, I just realised, tell you what, it's not a bad thing.
No.
Money is not a bad thing, because it's not just the players getting paid and them, spending money on whatever.
Yachts.
But it's actually, it's everybody in the team getting paid to do a good job.
Yep, I agree. And then Taylor.
So for that, I respect it.
Yeah. So
I respect this decision. And Taylor Gooch as well. I think he was -7, -8. So I think he's tied for. Yeah, I think he was top 10 actually. So yeah, he's doing quite well for himself. And obviously, he was a really super nice guy. He came over to us. I was talking to the guy next to us for a bit. I think it's just one of the friends. We're getting dinner afterwards as well. And just came over to have a chat. Talk to me real quick. He saw my cap. This one. You can see it's very dark. It says Taylor Gooch.
Yeah.
And just the overall great guy. Was making putts on the green, and yeah.
We didn't have a bad experience with any player, right?
No.
We had some incredible experiences. That was day one.
Yeah.
So I'm FaceTiming them like, oh my God, you have to come over, like, and meet Thigala. And then they're like, oh my God, you have to come over and meet Gooch. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, I can't believe it. And it was quite late, and I can't believe how much work they actually put in. Now,
absolutely, they're professionals.
Now,
they're at work.
Listen, you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are practice days, and then you realize, I'm gonna go out, hit a couple of balls, hit a few putts, walk around the course a little bit, look at the greens, mate. These people were putting in fucking work.
Yeah, this was 8.
What time did we get to the course on Monday?
8:30.
We were there at 8:30. The first thing I did was I walked straight to the putting green, and because the putting green and driving range are right next to each other. Sergio Garcia was on the putting green, I think at 9 o'clock. We left, I want to say 10 o'clock at that night, right? We went back to the putting green.
At about 8 o'clock.
About 8 o'clock, Sergio Garcia was still putting in the work. And that goes for Justin Rose, which unluckily he withdrew.
Yeah.
Justin Rose was there all day. The names that kind of pop out that I just saw on the practicing all day: Sergio Garcia, Justin Rose, Justin Thomas, Tony Finau. Who else? Like big names. Who else did we see? Colin Morikawa. John Rahm must have spent 2 hours on the chipping area, just chipping away, chipping. He was talking to Lee Trevino for about another like 45 minutes, an hour. It was just incredible. And then after the putting, after the driving, the putting, after the putting, the chipping, after the chipping, they're going on the they're going on the course. They're playing like 18 holes, but they're not playing properly 18 holes. They're hitting a few drives, then they go down. They hit a few fairways from the same distance, and they're hitting a few chips, like 3-4 balls. Then they're hitting a few bunker shots. Then they're hitting a few.
Then they place
putts.
a few of these, like white piece of paper onto different spots of the green
different
with the thing.
Spots of the green where the pin could be.
Yes, exactly.
They're practicing, man. They're putting in that work. I couldn't believe it. And then they do the same thing on hole number 2. The same thing on hole number 3. One guy that I heard the best about, and we actually didn't end up. I didn't actually see him at all. In the course, I think you saw him for a brief moment. Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, Bryson.
So I'm a massive Bryson fan. I wanted to kind of meet him, get an autograph, get a picture if I could. He was nowhere to be found. But everybody that I spoke to, like just random people that I spoke to that got to meet him, got to have a picture with him, got a signature, everybody said how incredible of a guy he was, how friendly he was, how much time he gave to each person around him, and I was like, fair play, man, fair play, because there was a couple of players, Dustin Johnson, Colin Morikawa, Rory McIlroy, and obviously Tiger Woods. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, which is fair. I'm not complaining. This is fair. Like they not turning around, because the second they come to me,
hundreds of people,
mate, thousands of people just swarm in.
Thousands.
And it's like the guys are not leaving.
The whole town of St Andrews.
Yeah, the guys are not just leaving. There was a moment that there was where we were getting signatures. It was while they were walking to the driving range, and then they're walking towards you, and you kind of go, "Oh, Rory," and then they kind of notice you, and you go, "Oh yeah, come on, I've got a bit of time. I'll give you a signature." I got like 18 different signatures from bloody hell, Ian Poulter, Lee Westwood, Robert McIntyre, Martin Armitage, mate. I mean, Justin Rose, Henrik,
Sergio Garcia, Henrik Stenson.
Kevin Na, got a picture with him. He says, "I got time for one picture," and I was like, "Big man, I only need one picture. You weren't there." And I jumped in, took one picture, and he just ran off.
I was getting one.
I was the only one that got a picture with Kevin Na, and he was a good bloody picture as well.
Well, actually, before he took a picture with you, he was on a buggy.
Yeah.
Driving towards there,
Yeah.
And as he was coming, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute! There's like Kevin Hart sitting there sitting there in the buggy." So I was like, "Hey, hi, Kevin!" And then obviously I was just saying hi, and he thought I was trying to give him a high five. So he just started smacking my hand. And bear in mind, he was like driving, for like 10 miles an hour or something.
Yeah.
Bloody hurt that my hand,
It was a good high five.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was who else? Neiman. We got to meet. It was just honestly I've got a flag just filled with signatures. Seriously. I can't wait to frame it.
Yeah, and and again, just to put it out there, we're not doing it to obviously sell it on eBay.
100%. No.
This is getting framed.
Oh, 100%.
This is getting.
I'm keeping this till I die.
Passed down.
Children. Yeah.
This is getting passed. This is the family heirloom.
Yeah. Saying that, where we were standing, there was about 10 people. That it was their job. They had
baskets.
They had like a backpack, right? And I don't know. I wish I had it with me, but I don't. It's so the flag. It comes in like a tube, and it's like rolled up, right? These people had a backpack, and no word of a lie, some of them had maybe 20 previous open flags.
Wow.
That they're just waiting to like get a certain signature from a certain player to complete the flag. There was people there with paintings. Like there was a painting.
Oh, there was a guy with a painting of Tiger Woods.
That was beautiful. And he was telling us that he's been face to face with Tiger Woods 5 times, like literally 1 foot apart. Tiger Woods has seen the painting, and Tiger has refused to sign the painting, which I kind of understand, because if you've seen how much some Tiger Woods memorabilia goes for, mate, it's thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
So why? So the way Tiger Woods might think of it is, why should I just give you 12 grand? Why should I give you 15 grand? Why should I just sign this piece of art that you are going to sell for God knows how much money because it has my signature on it?
Yeah, I think that's the wrong approach, really. But
it is, and it's not. If you do it the right way, then yes. But I mean, if you're literally shoving it in their face, it goes, sign this, sign this, sign this, sign this. It's like, no, mate. Like, just like, there's other people that are genuine fans that don't want to make money off me. I'm gonna sign their stuff. I don't want to sign your stuff.
I mean, obviously, like, this is not really complaining, but it's. I was looking at these. There were a lot of children, like, a lot of kids, right? Running around with flags, trying to get autographs, and it's. I think it's great. I think it's great for the sport.
Yeah.
It's getting them interested, fascinated into the sport, and there will be golfers in the future.
But
it's like, right? They go to all the players, and every single player, and they ask. And first thing they ask them is, "Can I get an autograph, please?" And the second they ask is, "What's your name?" I'm just like, mate,
listen,
that's that guy's KH Lee, and actually I started telling those guys, that's KH Lee, that's Bobby McIntyre,
mate. What really pissed me off? What really pissed me off? And I was like, this is not right. There was loads of Americans. Like there was 80% Americans there, right? So obviously kids are going to get signed first. An incident that happened with me. All I wanted for the only signature I really wanted was Tony Finau. I'm a massive Tony Finau fan. So I'm standing around, and Tony Finau comes towards us after he's finished his putting to sign. So I'm in a line, and I'm very respectful. I'm giving everybody space. I'm like, I understand there's like a turn. Everyone's jumping in. I'm like, don't worry, it's karma. I will get my signature. So Tony Finau comes to me. It's my turn after me patiently waiting. He's holding there's some kids in front of me, like they're in front of me, but they're after me, if that makes sense. So Tony grabs my flag. He's holding my flag. He's holding my flag with his pen touching my flag. He looks down at the kids and then he goes, "No, I'm not signing yours. I'm going to sign the kids." And then lets go of my flag. And I'm like, "Bro, you were right there. Just sign it. Like, what's the big problem?" And everyone was like, why would you do that? Like, even everybody. So this American girl, she saw me, like, she must have been 6 or 7. No, maybe like 8 or 9, right? She was in front of me. She'd literally just got her flag signed. She looks at me and she goes, "Would you like me to get your flag signed?" And I'm like, "If you don't mind." So she snatches the flag out of my hand.
That was really nice of her.
Yeah, she snatches the flag out of my hand. She goes to the other side of the queue and she puts the flag in front of Tony. He's like, "Tony, can you please sign my flag?" And then, but by that time, Tony kind of turned around and left. And I'm like, and she came back and she was like, "I'm so sorry, I couldn't manage to do it." And I'm like, "It's cool." But even the kids understand that because they're kids, they're gonna get their stuff signed first. But it's like, mate, I'm a fan. I just want a quick signature. I wasn't trying to push in, all that stuff.
Yeah, but
I did get.
Yeah, the happy ending is you did get it.
At the end, because obviously he saw
Took
me.
it 3 times.
Yeah. He I went round and by the end of it, he did see me. Like this was later on. Like he went and practiced. He went on the course. Then he came back to the putting green again. I was waiting around and he came towards me and he signed my stuff. He signed my flag. I was thankful, but I was like, "You were holding it. Just sign it right there and then." Anyway, but there was a lot of people, a lot of kids. Which the things that I didn't like, it was like a 50-50 thing. The thing, excuse me. What happened with that little girl that got my flag and went round to get my flag signed because obviously she was gonna get her, she was gonna have priority, shall we say? That happened 3 times with me, Sergio Garcia, Justin Rose, and Tony Finau. But at the same time, which I'm very thankful for, there was other kids. They were like pushing in front of everybody, running around. "Oh, I want your signature. I want your signature." And then let's say it was Ian Poulter. Who doesn't know Ian Poulter? One of the greatest to ever do it, right?
Don't tell me somebody asking for his name.
Dude.
Ian Poulter.
There's a good way of doing it and there's like a bad way of doing it. If you don't know, I understand you're not supposed to know every single player, right?
Wow.
But wait until they're gone before you ask who is that.
You're joking.
So I'm waiting around. Ian Poulter comes. He signs my my flag. Beautiful man. I love the guy. He's an Arsenal fan. We let that slide. But I love the man. I feel like I could have a drink with Ian Poulter,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just that kind of guy. Like, I don't see myself having a drink with Rory or like Tiger Woods, but I can imagine myself having a drink with Ian. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so then I get my flag signed and then this little girl and different girl, she gets her flag signed. As soon as he lets go of the flag, the little girl turns to me and she says, "What's his name?"
No.
And I'm like, first of all, that's just rude. That's rude, man. He's right there, and you're like, "What's his name?" Shouting loud, and I'm like, "Oh man!" Like, obviously she didn't know. Like, if you're not sure who he is, just wait until they leave and go, "Excuse me, what's that player's name?" And be like, "That's Ian Poulter. How do you spell it?" P-O-U. Which actually, that's another thing that you went around for, and this little girl did it for like every single. It's like, so why are you getting signatures if you don't know who the players are? That's what I'm trying to get, because you're getting signatures which they might not give me a signature because you're getting one and you don't know who that is, and I'm like genuinely starstruck.
You're just jealous.
I'm just jealous. So that happened a few times.
I just think I mean, to be fair, when children do it, I mean, they haven't had that much time to watch golf yet. They might not know their names, which is fine. Yeah, no, but you see, I saw some growing adults, not knowing who they are and asking them for their name. That is just disrespectful.
So one of the guys, that's his job, that gets like Simon memorabilia. What pissed me off was he kept saying it's not his job. So he had the guy with the painting, with the Tiger Woods painting.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh no, I was like, how much for this?" He had flags upon flags. And I was like, he had a hat, a Ryder Cup hat. That was I can't remember which one it was. The is it the Medina one?
Oh, Medina, yeah.
Right?
The Miracle of Medina.
But it was a player's hat that you don't buy it from a shop. I'm not sure if it said player on it. It was a Ryder Cup I don't know if it said Medina on it or if it said player, but it was a player's hat and it was perfectly signed by Rory McIlroy.
Wow.
And it was like the perfect signature. It was a perfect hat. It was wicked. I was like, how much? He goes, oh, I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it. I'm like, bro, it's your job. He goes, no, it's not my job. I just like the signatures. I'm like, okay, cool. But then he's like, if you don't want to sell it, that's fine. But then, who was it? I think, oh my God, what player was it? I think it was like Robert McIntyre.
Yeah.
He was walking towards us, and I was like, "Who's that?" And he goes, "I don't know." It's like, well, how? If you're a fan, how do you not know?
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Probably, yeah.
Or it's like,
I
was like, "Oh, is that Robert McIntyre?" And then she's like, "I don't know." I was like, "Okay." And then somebody else,
I was
like
next
Kevin Nunn. I was like, "Oh, is that Kevin Nunn?" He's like, "I don't know." Well, clearly, it's your job, because if you were a fan of golf, you would
know.
You would be like, "Oh, I think it's Kevin. I'm not sure." But he was like, "I don't know." So he had this massive painting. I actually offered to buy the painting of Tiger Woods. It was like a water paint, but it wasn't signed, obviously. But he wouldn't sell it to me. I don't know why. I think he's just waiting to get a signature.
Still waiting to get one.
20 grand. But yeah, it was. So we kind of merged day 1 and day 2 together. Day 2, like I said, we spent the day. We didn't watch that much golf. You did, because
I was going around the course. I was like giggling.
Yeah, because
dude,
we
had
flags. You wanted a flag, so like, look, I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna go to the open shop and go and get a flag.
Yeah, like the yellow flag. Yeah.
Yes, which is fine.
And then come back and get the autograph.
Yeah, but he came back like 4 hours later.
Yeah, because I was
like,
walking the
dude,
course.
Like, I'm trying to find Tiger Woods.
I was. And he was in this gym on his practice. And the moment I was asking the marshals around, like, you know what Tiger Woods is? I was like, oh yeah, he should be around on the 9th green now.
Yeah.
And so I literally like, you know, fast pace going around. But obviously sometimes, and then you stop by and it's, oh shit, that's Bryson teeing it off. And come on, you got to watch Bryson teeing it off, you know, with his driver. So I was just there watching him tee off with the driver, and he's like, let's go Bryson. Let's go Brooksy.
You can't say that anymore.
And then obviously, like, you know, finally made it. I mean, obviously thinking that, okay, yeah, Tiger's going to make it back again. And but then went everywhere and didn't see him. And apparently I asked the marshal later on, and he just basically finished. He just did 9 holes and just went back. Obviously, like, you know, 2 hours later he was going to have a celebration of champions, which we did see him in the end, right?
Yeah.
But you know, it was
we were quite close as well.
Yeah, but
really
you know, it was
close.
just, honestly, seriously, it was like, it's so fun watching these guys tee up. I mean, I was watching Dustin Johnson tee it off. You know, he was hitting 300-yard drives. You know, he was teeing off with Harold Varner.
Yeah.
And you know, he had these, like, you know, super dope Jordan shoes.
Oh yeah. He's always
doper than
I
this
think
one.
The Concord 11s are called.
No, seriously, yeah, they're amazing. And you know, was watching Tommy Fleetwood and Paul Casey.
I love Tommy.
You know, they were just chatting together. I actually got one autograph from Tommy. He was fantastic.
Did you get it from Tommy?
Yeah, I got one from Tommy.
Oh,
yeah,
no
I just
way!
had a
I'm so
chat.
jealous.
Yeah, no, I'm just having a chat with him, like, you know, how's it going, Golf Jesus? And then he was just like giggling. And then with Paul Casey, I was kind of like, you know, don't forget, don't pick the wrong club this time.
Yeah.
Because you remember, like, this one time in his tournament, right? He picked the wrong club and
Yeah.
it just went over. It was a perfect shot, but it just went over.
Yeah.
And he was giggling as well. It's, you know, cracking a few jokes with the players. I think that's like
trying
absolutely,
to get their attention, basically.
absolutely fun. Yeah,
we were
seriously.
children, man.
No,
We were
literally
like,
children.
My 67-year-old uncle was giggling from morning till night. He was so happy, bless him.
So happy, yeah.
And he's not even like he's not a bigger golf fan than we are, but he was just in it. He was so into it. It was great to watch. We all had the best time. What else did we do? We're walking around. At one point, we kind of met up and we're walking around the course. I sneaked on the 30. I stole a water.
Well, I didn't steal a water. It was there for grabs.
There was nobody there. There was nobody around. I was like, I need some water, because I saw a bunch of players just open like this little cooler and get waters. I was like, okay, so I'm guessing there's water on every hole. We're walking around.
Yeah,
there's no shops anywhere around.
We saw a bunker. Just decided, let's get in the bunker and take a picture.
I was like,
we got
there's
in the
a bunker right there.
But obviously we raked it afterwards.
Oh,
you
no,
know, we did it.
No, that's true. We actually did rake it.
We did rake it.
I have pictures and videos.
Yeah, no, it was actually. I mean, we did really well to replicate the exact patterns as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, look, I'm gonna come to St Andrews once. Hopefully, I can go again and play the actual course. Hopefully, me, you, Stegio can go. But it was such a good experience. There's no way I'm not gonna break a couple of rules.
Yeah.
First rule I broke: please don't ban me. It wasn't that bad. I didn't attack anybody. I wasn't naughty. I was just being a little bit cheeky.
But
Listen, there was ropes there for a reason. I completely ignored the ropes. First thing that I did was I went on the third. It was on the third tee. I was genuinely needed some water. I opened the thing. I was like, oh, there's full of water. So I got a can of water. Cool, no problem. Walking across. Keep in mind, there was no security around. Like, there's nobody to stop me. Like, just let me go. I was being respectful. There was nobody around playing or whatever. I didn't go on the greens where people were playing. There was nobody on the greens. So I walked on the second green. There was no security again. I went and took a picture next to the flag, which Chenji recorded like the whole thing. We went. I think I walked on a different hole, and by the time I got to the green, I got shouted to come back, which is fine. So straight away I left. What else did we do? we went on the Swoken Bridge.
I think that's a story for the next podcast. I think.
Do you reckon?
I think so. Yeah.
Because it was a big one,
It's
right?
a big thing. I think.
So we want to save it for next podcast.
I want to save it for after the Open.
Okay. Right. So we're gonna save the Swoken Bridge story until after the Open. I want to talk about two more things. The first thing is the JCB thing, and then the second thing I want to talk about Lee Westwood.
I think we got to save some highlights for the next time.
You want to save Lee Westwood for next time?
We want to see Lee Westwood, the Swoken Bridge, the Jigger In.
The Jigger In.
There was so
oh my God, there's so much to talk about.
No, seriously, we got to do it. You know, we have. You know, we're going to talk about it in the end, obviously, when we sign off. There's so much more we're going to talk about the next time. You know, the stories, encounter with a professional player in Jigger In. You know.
Should we make this 150th like a 2-part episode?
Absolutely. Has to be a 2-part episode.
Okay, so what we're going to do then, because honestly, we've been doing like this for like an hour. So I think the best thing to do is we'll do the next podcast, so podcast number 3, it will be the second part of what we went through.
And
on the 150th.
It's going to be a lot of highlights, you know. It's
because
going to be
honestly,
a lot of highlights.
There's so much to talk about. We can't fit it in like an hour podcast.
No, seriously, like, because we obviously we made it to the Jigger In. We also made it to the clubhouse. There is a club. What's it called? A pro shop. There's 2 pro shops, you know, in the old course.
Yep.
One is where most people are, you know, which is on the 18th, which is on the 18th by the 18th green. There is another one. A little bit of a secret one.
Yeah.
It
looked tiny.
Right next to the Jigger In.
Right next to the Jigger In on the left-hand side.
It was tiny, and guess what?
It was big.
It was actually quite big,
Yeah.
and they had some really cool stuff.
Really cool stuff.
One of them was a flag. So obviously all the flags you see, like you can buy from the by the 18th green, was the 18th hole flag, right? It says 18 there. Now on the 7th, like, you know, by the pro shop next to the Jigger In. It was obviously overlooking the famous road hole, the 17th. They had the flag for sale, which has the 17th one sign on there. So it's the 17th hole flag.
It was very cool.
Which you couldn't find anywhere else,
No.
which is fantastic. It's amazing.
It was very cool.
Yeah, and you were obviously overlooking the road hole, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows how, you know, I think it's the highest scoring hole in PGA history, basically in PGA any season that, you know, it's been a major. And yeah, so obviously some stories in the Jigger In, some stories about about walking the 18th hole, including getting across the Swoken Bridge,
Meeting Lee Westwood.
What
Lee Westwood did.
And what he's done. He's incredible, by the way. And he's in contention as well.
Yeah,
for the weekend, which is incredible to see.
Yeah, we're so happy for all these players.
You know, Jordan Spieth as well. We saw him practice late at night, and with 3 clubs.
Yeah,
there were some just good stories.
Right,
and,
okay.
Obviously, there was another one. You know, obviously, we go to the pub and we meet a bunch of professionals as well, and one of them.
Oh my God!
I'm not even gonna say what that is.
Stop. We're going to end the podcast here.
Yeah.
Right? And then next week, I think, shall we record the second podcast now?
No, we could do. I mean, no, next week.
Next week. Okay.
Next week.
But we need to make a list, because we have a lot to talk about. Can I do the JCB thing? Because I really want to open.
Yeah, go.
Okay, all right. So the last thing we're going to do. So in a couple of weeks, I volunteered. So for whoever doesn't know, near us, there's a golf course called the JCB. JCB, now it's a private golf course, and it's like meant to be like one of the best in the UK. JCB, the tractor company, has spent like 30-40 million pounds on creating this super private, super professional golf course. You cannot, mere mortals cannot get on this. Tommy Fleetwood practices there. Rick Shields has played there. He's done a couple of Breaking 75 videos. It just looks, the facilities just look incredible. Anyway, so JCB in a couple of weeks, they are hosting a tournament of champions. Is that what? No. What's it called?
Legends Tour.
Legends Tour.
The European Seniors Tour, essentially. Yeah.
So, oh my God,
John Daly,
Ernie
Els,
Colin
Montgomery,
VJ Singh.
VJ Singh's
So
coming as
all
well.
these legends of the game are going to be at JCB, and I'm like, this is so cool. We should get tickets to go and watch this, right? So then I'm on the Instagram following them, and then they're like, look, volunteers wanted. And I'm like, mate, I'm going. So I applied straight away. I applied, and I just blagged my way in. I made a whole CV. I was like, my number one thing was, I'm gonna volunteer. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna help. No problem. Whatever time you need me, whatever days you need me, no problem. But I'm not gonna work in a pub. I'm not working behind the bar. I'm not serving food. If I'm gonna volunteer, I want to be on the course. I want to either hold the quiet please sign.
Yes.
I want to be on the ropes, not letting people like me go and get free waters get on the green.
That's right. Exactly.
I want to be a
menace
in the action,
keeping the menace out.
Yeah, keeping bad people out. I want to be on the course. I just wanted the best view to watch golf. That's what I wanted for free. So I applied. A couple of days later, they would got back to me, and I was going back and forward with emails, and I was just like, it would be a dream come true, which is not. It's not a lie. It's an incredible course. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I wonder if I actually do volunteer, if they allow me a tea time to play at the course. I don't know, right? Ooh. I don't know. They might do, they might not. But they have sent me a little care package, because obviously I am taking part in as a volunteer, and I've had this for a week and I haven't opened it. I thought we'll open it live on.
Let's do it
on the thing.
Let's do it.
So this is I don't even know what's in here.
It looks a bit small, to be honest.
It is, well, I don't know what you expected.
I expected at least a couple of clothes, branded.
Oh, is that what you expected?
Yeah.
They might give us it's
a little bib.
They might give us what do you call it?
When we're actually there. Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm in a group chat, and apparently they said, "Oh shit! Oh!" So no, stay there. It's recording, yeah.
Yeah.
Dear volunteer. Yes.
What?
Greenkeeping volunteers.
You're a greenkeeper.
So I'm a greenkeeper.
You're a greenkeeper.
Oh my God, that is the best thing. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. I was like, let me cut grass. I'll cut the edges with the scissors. I don't care.
Dude, that's
no
amazing.
way. Oh my God. So this is a contract, basically. Dear volunteer, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read it later in my own time. It's just basically do's and don'ts. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Dear Theo. Oh, there's a personalised letter.
There we go.
Dear Theo, firstly, let me personally thank you for committing your time and effort towards the JCB Championship. We are excited to have you as a part of the team. I am excited to be part of the team, let me tell you. I believe we can and will deliver the golf course in its best condition to date, and that is something we would not be able to achieve without yourself and the rest of our 25-strong volunteer team. I'm one of 25 greenkeepers. That is the coolest thing,
That's
man.
amazing.
That is so cool. JCB Golf and Country Club opened the 12th of June 2018 as a marketing tool to assist in developing and growing the JCB brand globally. Okay, I didn't know that. Along with this, it has always been our plan to one day host the best place in the world, and after previously hosting the Rose Ladies Series event, which was actually last year, that was really cool. This year's Legends event is the next step of our journey, with some legendary names confirmed for the. We hope you enjoy your time with us, and here's to a successful championship. Yours faithfully, Callum Walk. Callum, thank you very much. I am genuinely excited. I can't wait to help out. I can't wait to learn. I can't wait to see the golf, and honestly, I genuinely can't wait to learn. It's a 2022 championship information packet. I don't even know what's in here. Oh, okay. Just names and numbers, course safety or whatever. Anyway, so this is meals do not go back for seconds until volunteers. Okay, right. There's do's and don'ts basically, and then this is very cool. So you know how much I love my little T markers.
That's it.
JCB Country Club.
Brilliant.
What do you call it?
Well, that's a good
ball
quality
marker.
one as well.
It's a very good quality. It comes off as well.
Nice.
It's personalised. Thank you for looking after our court. Oh no, it's not personalised. Damn, because that's just like thanking all the players for looking after like the divots and all that kind of stuff. I genuinely thought it was personalised. That's pretty cool, right? And then I got a divot tool.
Okay.
JCB divot tool. This is a good one as well. I love these. Everywhere I go,
perfect. You buy one of these.
I buy one of them and one of them. And actually, like it's quite heavy. It's good.
Yeah.
And then, what do we have? We have a towel
with your name on it.
with my name on it.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
I love this. I love those souvenirs. I love all that stuff. That's where I spend my money in St Andrews.
That's it.
So yeah, man, this is very exciting. Tailor-made as well. But I mean, if they've
tailor-made, which is tailor-made.
Ooh, I like it. But yeah, this is very cool. Thank you, JCB. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. I don't know, mowing grass, I suppose, or dots, whatever. I can't wait. Imagine if they like let me pick like pin positions for Sunday.
Don't get ahead of yourself, mate. You're just a 19 handicapper.
Imagine they're like, I think you should go here. No, I think you should go there.
No, I think you should be on the edge of the green. I mean,
yeah. Oh no way, that's really cool. I can't wait to go. I genuinely
that
can't
is
wait.
Brilliant.
And hopefully, I'm gonna work really, really hard, and hopefully they give me like a what do you call it, like a tea time. I want to play. I want to get all you on.
Get a 4-ball voucher.
I want a 4-ball.
You know, you might have to give them extra service.
No, stop. This is a family. Podcast, Kenty. But yeah, I'm very happy to be part of JCB for the Greenkeepers. I'm so excited. But yeah, that is it for episode number 2 of the Rice and Slice Golf Podcast.
Part 1 of the Open special, Open 150th of St Andrews.
And then
the next one, part 2, there'll be some
there's
incredible
a lot to
stories.
about, honestly.
And if one of the players who we stumbled upon, had a great chat with, wins it, this is going to be incredible. And he is currently number 1 heading into the weekend.
Oh, we've got a story with Cam Smith. Right, tune in, episode 3. Tune in I'm going to leave you on a big cliffhanger. Tune in for next week's episode. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe. This is on. We're going for like a different format today. We're just kind of we're kind of trying different things. We're seeing what we like, what we don't like. Next week we're going to be in a different place. We're actually going to Chenji's office, I think. So we're going to set up there. So thank you very much for listening, for viewing, subscribing, liking, sharing, whatever.
Tell your friends, tell your grandparents.
But we're going to keep at it and see how far this goes. So thank you very much. We'll see you next week.